Greenland. The name conjures up images of a vast, icy expanse. It is a land of stark beauty and raw power. Greenland is the largest island on Earth. It is a place where ice and rock dominate the landscape. This frozen giant is a land of extremes. It is home to the largest ice sheet outside of Antarctica. Greenland is a place of incredible biodiversity. It is home to a wide variety of wildlife. Polar bears, musk oxen, and whales are just a few of the creatures that call Greenland home. The Inuit people have lived in harmony with this harsh environment for centuries. They have developed a unique culture that is deeply connected to the land and the sea. In recent years, Greenland has become a focal point for climate change research. The island's ice sheet is melting at an alarming rate. This is having a profound impact on the environment and the people who live there. Greenland is a land in transition. It is a place where the past and the present are colliding. The future of this frozen giant is uncertain. But one thing is for sure, Greenland will continue to captivate and inspire us for generations to come. Greenland is a place of great beauty and wonder. It is a land of contrasts, where ice and rock, light and dark, come together to create a truly unique landscape. It is a place that will stay with you long after you have left its shores. Greenland is located in the North Atlantic Ocean. It is situated between the Arctic Ocean and the North Atlantic Ocean. The island is bordered by Canada to the west and Iceland to the east. Greenland has a total area of 2,166,086 square kilometers. This makes it the world's largest island. Greenland's landscape is dominated by the Greenland ice sheet. The ice sheet covers over 80% of the island. It is the second largest ice sheet in the world, after the Antarctic ice sheet. The ice sheet can be up to 3 kilometers thick in some places. The ice sheet is constantly moving. It flows from the center of the island towards the coast. Where the ice sheet meets the sea, it breaks off into icebergs. These icebergs can be massive. Some of them are as large as small islands. The Inuit people are the indigenous people of Greenland. They have lived on the island for thousands of years. The Inuit are an Arctic people. They are closely related to other indigenous groups in Canada, Alaska, and Siberia. The Inuit people have a deep connection to the land and the sea. They have a long history of hunting and fishing. The Inuit have traditionally lived in small nomadic groups. They moved around the island following the animals they hunted. The Inuit people have a rich culture. It is based on their close relationship with the natural world. The Inuit are known for their skills in hunting, fishing, and survival. They have developed specialized tools and techniques for living in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The Inuit language is a complex and beautiful language. It is spoken by tens of thousands of people in Greenland, Canada, and Alaska. The Inuit people are facing many challenges today. These challenges include climate change, modernization, and the preservation of their culture. Despite its icy exterior, Greenland is teeming with life. The island's waters are home to a wide variety of marine mammals. These include whales, seals, walruses, and polar bears. Greenland's coastal waters are incredibly productive. They are fueled by nutrients carried up from the depths by ocean currents. These nutrients support a complex food web. This food web includes everything from microscopic plankton to massive whales. Whales are a common sight in Greenland's waters. Humpback whales, fin whales, and minke whales are all regularly seen. The elusive narwhal, with its long spiral tusk, is also found in Greenland's waters. Seals are another important part of Greenland's marine ecosystem. These animals are a vital food source for polar bears and Inuit hunters. Section 5. The Whale Eaters. The Inuit people are sometimes referred to as whale eaters. This is a testament to the central role that whales have played in their culture and survival. For centuries, the Inuit people have relied on whales for food, clothing, tools, and fuel. Whale hunting was an essential part of their traditional way of life. The Inuit people developed sophisticated techniques for hunting whales. They used kayaks and harpoons to hunt these massive creatures. Every part of the whale was used. The meat was an important source of protein. The blubber was used for food, fuel, and insulation. The bones were used to make tools and shelters. Even the skin was used to make boats and clothing. Today, whale hunting is still practiced in Greenland. However, it is now strictly regulated to ensure the sustainability of whale populations. Section 6. A history of exploration. Greenland has a long and fascinating history. The island was first settled by the Inuit people over 4,000 years ago. They migrated across the Arctic from what is now Canada. European contact with Greenland began in the 10th century. Norse explorers from Iceland and Scandinavia established settlements on the island's southwestern coast. The Norse settlements thrived for several centuries. However, they eventually disappeared during the 15th century. The reasons for their disappearance are still debated by historians. Some theories suggest that climate change, conflict with the Inuit, and a decline in trade may have contributed to their demise. After the disappearance of the Norse settlements, European interest in Greenland waned for a time. However, in the 18th century, Denmark claimed sovereignty over the island. Section 7. Greenland and the Cold War. Greenland's strategic location in the North Atlantic made it geopolitically important during the 20th century. During World War II, when Denmark was occupied by Nazi Germany, the United States took on the responsibility for Greenland's defense. The U.S. established military bases on the island. These bases played a vital role in monitoring German submarine activity in the North Atlantic. After the war, Greenland's strategic importance continued to grow during the Cold War. The island's location made it an ideal spot for monitoring Soviet military activity in the Arctic. The U.S. and Denmark signed a treaty in 1951. This treaty allowed the U.S. to maintain its military presence in Greenland. The Thule Air Base in northwestern Greenland became a key installation for the U.S. Air Force during the Cold War. Section 8. The melting ice. Greenland is on the front lines of climate change. The island's massive ice sheet is particularly vulnerable to rising global temperatures. In recent decades, scientists have observed a dramatic acceleration in the rate of ice melt in Greenland. This melting ice sheet contributes to rising sea levels globally. This is a significant concern for coastal communities around the world. The melting ice sheet is also impacting Greenland's environment and people. As the ice melts, it creates vast meltwater lakes and rivers. These can cause flooding and erosion. The melting ice is also changing the habitats of Arctic wildlife. This makes it more difficult for animals like polar bears and seals to hunt and survive. Section 9. A warning from the Arctic. Greenland's rapidly changing environment serves as a stark warning to the rest of the world about the urgent need to address climate change. The melting ice sheet is a visible and measurable indicator of the planet's warming climate. The impacts of climate change are already being felt in Greenland. These impacts will only intensify in the coming decades. The international community must work together to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We must transition to cleaner and more sustainable sources of energy. Failure to act will have dire consequences, not only for Greenland but for the entire planet. Section 10. Protecting the Arctic. Protecting Greenland's unique ecosystem is essential. This is not only for the sake of the island's biodiversity, it is also for the well-being of the planet as a whole. International cooperation is crucial in this effort. The Arctic is a shared resource. What happens in Greenland affects the entire world. Governments, scientists, and communities must work together to develop sustainable practices. We must reduce the impacts of climate change and preserve Greenland's fragile environment for future generations. Greenland's future hangs in the balance. The choices we make today will determine the fate of this frozen giant. Section 11. Conclusion: the future of Greenland. Greenland is a land of ice and rock, of beauty and resilience. It is a place where the power of nature is on full display. Greenland is home to a unique culture. It is a place where people have learned to live in harmony with one of the harshest environments on Earth. However, Greenland is also a land at a crossroads. Climate change is transforming the island at an unprecedented rate. The melting ice sheet is a stark reminder of the urgency of the climate crisis. The future of Greenland is uncertain. However, by working together, we can ensure that this frozen giant continues to inspire and amaze us for generations to come. It is our responsibility to protect this fragile and irreplaceable part of our planet. We must heed the warnings coming from the Arctic and take action to address the climate crisis before it is too late. The fate of Greenland, and indeed the planet, hangs in the balance.